Wednesday, the 8th of June 2022. My name is James. This is the James Neil Cooper channel. A very warm welcome. What you have just seen is the last images that I can find of the sluice gates open in October 2021. These was when the webcams were down at the time, but this is when one gentleman managed to and posted a lot of information on social media, which I was able to use. Now, related to the China's Achilles heel, which I have been mentioning, and we have talked about the deep military bases in China. We showed some videos of that yesterday. But let's first of all work out how the armed forces are in China. So here we go. Here's a picture. We have the Army, Navy, Air Force, Rocket Force. Wow. Strategic Support Force, Armed Police Force, Reserve Force. And we can move on to Eastern Theatre Command, Southern Theatre Command, Western Theatre Command, Northern Theatre Command, and Central Theatre Command. The three Gorges will be under the Central Theatre Command. But way back in time, this was a long time ago. September 2004. Three Gorges Dam protected by armed troops. Now, we've seen pictures of this, but we haven't really discussed the article. And if we go to the next slide, we can read from here. Troops sent to protect China Dam. China is reported to have sent heavy armed troops to protect the huge Three Gorges Dam against attacks. Military helicopters, patrol boats, armoured vehicles, bomb disposal robots have been deployed around the dam, according to the Chinese Times. The newspaper made no mention who might be the target of the project, but a US suggestion in June that Taiwan might target the dam to deter a Chinese invasion provoked by angry response from Beijing. Chinese military officials said at the time that there may be attack on the dam would provoke a devastating response. China regards Taiwan as part of its territory. Obviously, Taiwan is a country. Yes, Taiwan is a country. I will repeat this for the people who don't believe it. Taiwan is a country. Where were we? China regards Taiwan as part of its territory and has repeatedly threatened to invade the islands since its independence. I have been scouring the internet and contacting one or two sources whether I could get any more information related to this or any pictures, and it's a slow process, and hopefully in the future we can find out more as the investigation goes deeper. This article from the Taiwan Times. The Taiwanese military has ramped up funding for development for more powerful and long-range missiles that can put Shanghai, Guangzhou, and even the Three Gorges Dam within range. So we have for years and years related to China and the country of Taiwan, this sort of like battle of words and some air scares, you could say, when the Chinese aeroplanes would just nip into Taiwan and claim it's their airspace and say nothing is wrong. So this is, you can see, if China does invade Taiwan, if it's just one simple button to press and it's just going to, well, we talked about it before. So will it happen? I seriously doubt it. China are saying they want reunification with Taiwan, and the Three Gorges Dam is China's Achilles heel. If Taiwan doesn't agree and with reunification, which it won't because they are an independent country, no matter what some people would say and try to do the evidence, you just need to look at the history of Taiwan, then you will understand it's always been independent from mainland China. Sorry, I digress. How important it is. Let's move away from that and let's go into some of the regular features The webcam as of today, guess what, is down still and showing a very beautiful red sun there in a completely different part of China. The levels, all in Chinese today, didn't seem to translate. Chongqing is at the top, that's gone down at 164.80. The Three Gorges is third from the bottom, and that has gone down to the lowest level so far, 146.36. The inflow, we don't know, but the outflow has shot up quite a lot, up to 21,100. I will have a look at the satellite images in a day or so to see if there is any difference from the last time. Now, let's take a look at the weather related to Yangtze, Three Gorges, and central and southern China over the next 72 hours, give or take a couple of minutes or two. A little bit earlier today, I did do a morning report, and I am going to show part of this right now. If you did see the morning report, all you need to do is skip round about 4 minutes or 3 minutes, 0.7 seconds, whatever that is, and then we can go to the next part of the show. Looks like this. It's related to what's happening in Beijing, what's happening in Shanghai, the lockdown again in some certain areas in Shanghai, Beijing, eating, what life is like there, having a test for every 72 hours. It's gone down from 48 hours. And also some of the floods which have been hitting southern China. Looks like this. Yes, I'm going to do it now. Looks like this, 100%. Here we go. Boom! What's happening in China for this early morning special for me? Well, let's have a look. Life in Beijing has sort of gone back to normal, but every 72 hours, every 3 days, you've got to spend maybe up to 1 hour, possibly 2 hours queuing for one of these PCR, these COVID-19 tests, which is going to be 2 hours of your time. It's going to be so difficult for an economy to recover when you've got all these tests happening all the time. But what the local Beijing government are doing are advertising things are back to normal and putting things on Twitter and social media around the world saying everything is okay. Have a look at Beijing. A couple of weeks ago, Beijing was on some kind of semi-lockdown, and you could have a delivery of food, but you couldn't dine in. Now you can, but some diners are more skeptical, and they're not full, the restaurants, even at this time of year when it's sunny, it's pleasant in the evening, where temperatures are elegant, you could say, to dine out. But not many people are going at the moment. Remember, China is still sort of on a lockdown in a way that you can come to China, but it's very expensive. You need to have a lot of paperwork to do so. And when you do arrive, you have 3 weeks in a quarantine hotel at your expense. Meanwhile, in Shanghai, the lockdown was lifted on June the 1st, and you saw on this channel places or people celebrating, and maybe you even saw on my other channels some things about the authorities cleaning the streets, etc., and saying go home, go home. Now it is June the 8th, it's a Wednesday, and they seem to be locking down some parts of Shanghai again. Look at this. Now, please note, this is not all of Shanghai. These are just some certain areas. Here are some residents in a community, a gated community. They've locked the gates and they can't get out after 7 days of freedom. I emphasize again, this is not all of Shanghai. This is just some of Shanghai. And these are some of the latest videos I found in the last 24 hours with a timestamp on it. Let's go to what's happening in eastern China and some floods, and courtesy of the Chinese television network CGTN, these are some of the floods which have been happening in China over the last 48 hours or so. Now, my other channel is called We Travel, and thank you to all the 185 subscribers that I have so far. Thank you. Just now need 815. Just go over to the channel. The link is in the description below. Talking about travel at the moment just in Cambodia. And we have done some articles related to food, and we're continuing with food. This is a small snippet which you can see later. You can see on my channel actually right now, relating to Cambodian barbecue, and the way it's Cambodian barbecue stroke kind of like soup, hot pot kind of style. And this comes in two parts. Here's a minute of the first part. Again, the link is in the description below for you to see and enjoy.
Then you can, this vegetable is not 100 watt, you can put in here. After you can grill it, but it's not so perfect. They don't know how to break that. After it cooks, you can grill it for make the pasty. Okay. And on the top, you can put the pork oil. This one called pork oil.
You don't need to speak because there'll be music over this, yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a close on Wednesday, the 8th of June, 2022. Please make sure you do hit the like button, smash that like button, share this with your friends if you can on your social media. It really helps the channel. And to subscribe would be epic. And for the people who already have, please do check that subscription once in a blue moon, because sometimes it just disappears and then sometimes it comes back again. Don't know the reason why. Have an awesome Wednesday wherever you are. Be well, be safe, God bless. And from Soapy, Tokyo and myself, bye-bye. Thank you for your time.